Welcome to our tutorial about saving with references. We're picking up where we left off in our previous tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to save our drawing along with our linked parts as new and separate documents. Let's begin by selecting File from the main menu and Save As. Now let's click on References. Let's select both of our files now. If my documents aren't listed, I can specify their folder by browsing here. Let's click on the More Options button to see what we've got down here. I'm able to add a prefix or a suffix. Click Apply, and our prefix has been applied to our part names up here. Let's choose Save All. And as you see, our original part, as well as the drawing, were replaced with a new part and new drawing. And this concludes our tutorial about saving with references. Welcome to our overview of assembly in SolidWorks 2009. Let's begin by going to File and New. Select a new drawing and OK. We'll choose Landscape B, OK. Now I'll expand the View palette. Select my assembly from this drop-down menu. Let's drag in the top view. Click OK. Now let's create a section view. Let's check Auto Hatching and Flip Direction. OK. And let's place it somewhere over here and click OK. Now let's create a projected view and an isometric view. Let's reposition them a little bit. OK. Let's make our isometric view shaded with edges. Now let's add the bill of materials. Select View, Annotations, Tables, Bill of Materials. Under Bill of Materials type, let's choose Parts Only. Next, we're able to select a configuration. I've only got one, so that default config displays here. We can specify the start number and the increment numbers. And lastly, down below, we can specify the border types. Now we're ready to click OK. And let's reposition our bill of materials. We have the ability to snap the bill of materials. I'm going to place it right here. And let's zoom in. Let's begin by adjusting the width of the columns. We just drag them in and out as we need. Let's shorten the description column. And here we have the item number and the start number. We select 1, etc. in increments of 1. We can select from 1 to 8. Next, we've got the part number. That's basically the name of the file. The last column here indicates the quantity. The description column, you see that it's blank right now. So let's go ahead and add some description. Right-click, select Open Part. I can populate the description column in one of two ways. First, we go to File, Save As. OK. And we type a description down below in this last field here. Click Cancel for now. Or we can go to File, Properties. Select the description property from the drop-down menu and enter your value here. Let's call it Base and click OK. And let's close and save our part. As you can see, the description field is now populated. Let's add some balloons now. Right-click, Annotations, Balloon. When I click on a part, a balloon is automatically added. And as you can see, the balloons are automatically assigned a number as well. OK. We can easily reposition the balloons as we need to. Click OK. Let's zoom to fit. And this concludes our assembly overview tutorial. Welcome to our tutorial about creating a custom view. If you need to present a custom view of your drawing, for example, let's say if I need a perspective view, the way to do it is with the Create View tool. And then afterward, you would save that particular view. Let's call it My View and click OK. Now let's create a new drawing document. OK. Landscape B, OK. Let's go to the View palette. Here we have the view I just created. SolidWorks asks me if we want to switch the view to use isometric dimensions. Let's choose No. Let's scroll down and use a custom scale, 1:1. And let's choose a Shaded with Edges display style. OK. And this concludes our tutorial about creating a custom view. Welcome to our tutorial about creating a custom cut. In this tutorial, we'll create a custom cut for an isometric view. First, let's right-click on our part and select Open Part. Now let's go to the Configuration tab. We'll right-click, Add Configuration. Let's give our new configuration a name. We'll call it Cut. And let's suppress features. Use configuration-specific color. Let's opt for that as well. Let's choose a color. We'll pick green. OK. And click OK. Next, let's right-click and insert a sketch. Let's take a normal 2 view. Activate the Rectangle tool. Let's create our rectangle around here. And click OK. Let's exit the sketch. Take an isometric view. Activate the Extruded Cut tool. Let's reverse the direction and choose Through All. Click OK. Now let's go back to our drawing. Expand the View palette. Let's select our part from the drop-down menu and drag in the isometric view. Let's opt for a custom scale of 1:1 and OK. Now holding down the Control key, I select the faces to which I'll apply hatching. Annotation, Area Hatch Fill. OK. And this concludes our tutorial about creating a custom cut. Welcome to our tutorial about section depth. Let's create a new drawing document. Click OK. Let's choose Landscape B and OK. From our View palette, let's drag in the front view. And click OK. Next, I'm going to create a section view. Activate the Section View tool. Something around here. SolidWorks gives us a warning. Do we want this to be a partial section cut? Because the section line doesn't completely cut through the bounding box. Let's choose Yes. Auto Hatch, we'll opt for that, and OK. Let's drop the section view around here. For demonstration purposes, let's make it shaded with edges. We have the option to establish the section depth by selection from this drop-down menu. What I want to accomplish here is to exclude the rotor in red and the base in dark blue from this section view to be sure that the rotor is below the reference plane. So let me show you how to do this. I can place the mouse over this circular line and we can see the outline of the rotor. I'm going to click Preview. Now the section view only shows us the vertical part of the housing. If I move the plane down and then click Preview, Now we can see the rotor as well. Let's click OK, and this concludes our tutorial about section depth. Welcome to our tutorial about hiding and showing components. In this tutorial, we're going to learn how to hide and show components and lines in our drawings. First, let me expand Drawing View 2 in my tree. Let's right-click on the plane and select Hide Behind Plane. In this dialog window, we can reverse the direction shown by this yellow arrow. We can set the distance. Components that are completely behind the plane will be hidden. Let's click OK. As you can see, the components we selected disappeared. There's another way to do this. Let's right-click, select Properties. Go to the Hide Show Components tab. Let's clear the selections out of this window with a right-click, Clear Selections. Apply. Or I can simply select Components to hide, and then click Apply and OK. Now I'm going to right-click on the front view, select Properties. Go to the Show Hidden Edges tab. Let's select the rotor. We click Apply. Now let's go to the Hide Show Components tab. And I'm going to expand Drawing View 1. Let's select the base, click Apply and OK. By the way, in order to utilize the Hide Show options we've gone over here, the display style has to be Hidden Lines Removed. Otherwise, we're going to receive a warning message. Let's check that out. Properties. Let's go to Show Hidden Edges. Select the rotor. Apply. We get our error message. Changes to Show Hidden Edges won't be visible since the drawing view is not in Hidden Lines Removed. Do we want to switch? Yes. And click OK. And this concludes our tutorial about hiding and showing components and edges. Welcome to our tutorial about redefining views. Let's begin by creating a custom view. We'll right-click, select View Orientation. Let's give it a name. We'll call it My View. And click OK. Let's close the orientation box. Now let's open a new document, Make Drawing from Part Assembly, OK. We'll choose B Landscape, OK. Let's scroll down and get my new view. I'm going to drag it into my drawing document. Do I want to switch to isometric true dimensions? No. Let's click No. And let's change our display style and click OK. Now let's say I want to change this view. Let's go to a part document. I'm going to select this face. Let's choose a normal 2 view. Now right-click, View Orientation, and I'm going to select my view. That's the one I just created a moment ago. Let's click Update Standard Views. Now let's go back to my drawing document. As you see, my view is updated here as well. Let's check it out. OK. And this concludes our tutorial about redefining views. Welcome to our tutorial about the Center Mark tool. I've got a part here with an arc slot, a circular hole in the middle, and a circular pattern feature right here. It's based on Extrude 4. Now let's create a drawing document. Make Drawing from Part Assembly, Landscape B, OK. Before I drag a view into the drawing sheet, I'm going to go to Options, the Document Properties tab, Detailing, and under Auto Insert on View Creation, I'm going to check Center Marks and Slots. Now let's go to Center Lines, Center Marks. Let's select Center Marks for arc slots. We also have the option to set the center line size and the center line font. We can also choose the center mark type and orientation right here. Let's click OK. Open the View palette. Let's drag in my front view. Click OK. And let's zoom in a little bit. As you can see, we've got end center marks for the arc slot now here. All right, let me delete this. We'll drag select and delete. Now let's go to the Annotation tab, activate the Center Mark tool. Under our options here, we've got a single center mark, a linear center mark, and a circular center mark. Let's select one of my holes now. As you can see, the propagate symbol appears here. That's because this hole is part of a circular pattern that I created. We can also adjust the display attributes in this part of the Property Manager, or check here to use Document Defaults. Lastly, let's apply slot center marks here. Cancel out. And apply slot center marks here as well. Cancel out. Now let's go to my part document. I want to add one more slot to my part. Let's take a normal 2 view. Let's use a simple straight slot. Something like this. Now let's go back to our drawing document and activate the Center Mark tool. Annotation tab, Center Mark. Let's select our new slot and the arc slot over here. OK, and cancel out. Now let's go to Options, the Document Properties tab. Let's go to Center Lines, Center Marks. Here, let's opt to place the marks at the end of the straight slot instead of in the center. And click OK. Now let's select the Center Mark tool again. Select the straight slot as well as the arc slot. Now my center marks are at the end of the slots. As you can see, the Center Mark tool gives you a lot of options to choose from. Let's click OK. And this concludes our tutorial about center marks. Welcome to our tutorial about the Broken Out Section tool. I've added Extrude 5 to my part. Now let's go to our drawing sheet. I'm going to create a breakout section. First, let's select the Spline tool. I'll create a spline somewhere around here. Click OK. Now let's select the Breakout Section tool. Under Depth, we can select A. And since we don't have an edge here, I'm going to select the Distance option. 5 mm. Opt for a preview. And let's click OK. Now we can apply some dimensions. I'm going to select this part and make the hidden lines visible. Let's apply some dimensions here as well. And the distance from this edge. And the distance of the hole from this edge. And let's click OK. And this concludes our tutorial about broken out sections. Welcome to our tutorial about insert breaks. I've got a part here with 2 long segments. Let's go create a drawing document. Make drawing from part assembly. OK. B landscape. OK. Now let's drag in the top view from our view palette. Let's make a side view. And click OK. Now to make this view more friendly, I'm going to insert a break. First, select the view. Now I'll choose Add Horizontal and insert another break. Here we can specify the gap size. Below we can choose the break line style, zigzag, straight, curve. I'm going to stick with zigzag and click OK. Now let's select the side view. We'll add another horizontal break and click OK. Let's dimension our parts now. As you see, the zigzag is automatically inserted in the dimension. The last dimension is here. Click OK. To reposition the brake line, simply grab it and drag it with your mouse. And click OK when you're done. And this concludes our tutorial about inserting brakes. Welcome to our tutorial about using an exploded view. First, let's create an exploded view. Let me move the lid up and shift select these three parts. Let's drag them upward as well. And this one out. And this one out. Something like this. Let's click OK. To collapse my exploded view, right-click on the assembly and click Collapse. To explode it, right-click and choose Explode. Next, I can create a drawing document. Actually, let's make a new one. OK. Landscape B, OK. You may notice that in our view palette, all the views show as exploded. However, as soon as I drag it onto the graphic area, it is collapsed. I'll show you how to fix this in a minute. For now, let's go ahead and delete this view off of our drawing document and go back to our assembly. Let's right-click and collapse it. And now go back to our drawing. Expand the view palette, and let's click Update. Let's scroll down to the current view and drag that in. Do we want to use isometric dimensions? No. Let's scroll down the Property Manager to Display Style. We'll choose Shaded with Edges. Custom Scale. Make it 1:2. And we're done. OK. Now I'm going to right-click, select Properties. On the View Properties tab, there's an option to show in exploded state. Let's check this. And then click OK. And we have our exploded view presented in the drawing document. And this concludes our tutorial about the exploded view.